All right, so you're probably here because you're looking to start a $100,000 a year online business. Well, what I want to talk about is why that target is not high enough and why ultimately, if you chase that goal, your business will lead to failure. All right, before we begin, my name is Dan Brock and I'm known online as the world's laziest online super affiliate. Now, if you want more lazy online business video tutorials sent straight to your inbox, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you're notified of all the videos that I release when I release them. All right, guys, so in a lot of people's mind, $100,000 a year, whether it be through online business or through a job, is the holy grail of money making. Well, what I want to do is to dispel that myth and give you a better target to aim for, and more importantly, give you some ideas on how you can get there. All right, so without further ado, let's jump on in. I'll break down the numbers and show you exactly what you need to know. Here we go. All right, Deadbeat. So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through some ClickBank affiliate offers and help you really change your target from $100,000 a year to about $500,000 to $1 million a year. That's where you need to be if you want to really achieve lasting financial freedom. But first things first, let me prove to you why $100,000 a year income is not enough, especially as an online business owner, but also in the regards of having a job that makes $100K a year. So everyone says, you know, once I'll be making about 100 G's a year, man, like life is going to be great. I'm going to be able to do all this stuff. You really can't do much more than you could if you were making 50 a year. All right, so going through the numbers, let's say after it's all said and done, after expenses and all that, you're pulling in 100 grand a year in profit from your online business. Now, I'm in the state of Maryland. State of Maryland income tax is 10%. And in addition to that, you got your federal tax and FICA that roughly comes out to about 47%. But if you factor in on top of that your sales tax personally for things that you buy throughout the personal life, you roughly have about 50% tax rate. All right, so after 100K a year, that is 50 grand to have to use in your personal life here. So let's go through the expenses real quick. In my opinion, from no matter where you live in the U.S., you can't have a good standard of living for any less, where you live, like rent or mortgage, any less than $1,500 a month. Realistically, for you right now, it's probably more than that when you work in your utilities, your cable, your internet, heating, and all that stuff. So $1,500 a month, realistically, it's about $2,000, but let's be conservative here. That leaves you $18,000 a year in expense on living. So minus 50K, that's $32,000 after your rent or mortgage payment. All right, so you got 32 grand there. Now let's work in our other expenses. If you're single, you're probably, if you go to the grocery store, you're spending about, if you eat healthy, $100 a week. That works out to be, let's just say it's $500 a month. $6,000 a year. All right, so minus 32, that leaves you with, after you work in your food expense, that's $26,000. I think my long guy's here. Ah, crap, he is. I have some tree branches I gotta remove. All right, so it's $26,000 a year with the food. Now let's work in your car expense. Now I'm fortunate enough that I don't need a car because I have an online business. I literally do not need to, all the stuff is within walking distance. So I'm able to save a considerable amount of post-tax money there. You probably are not in that situation. And I looked up the numbers. They say it's about $9,000 a year to own a car between gas, maintenance, new tires, insurance, let's say your transmission breaks every 10 years, you factor that in. So we got about $9,000 a year. Let's just be conservative and keep the number simple here. That's $6K a year for your car. You're left with $20,000. All right, now, as a self-employed or entrepreneur, you have to pay your own health insurance. So health insurance is about $300 a month. If you're in good shape, like I'm in good shape, it's $300 a month. If you're beat up, if you're a little older, you might have to pay more. So $300 a month there, this is again being very conservative. That's $3,600 a year. That leaves you with, what's that, $16,400. Let's factor in, you're gonna need a cell phone. That's about $100 a month. That's $1,200 from there, so it's $1,200 a year. So what's that, factor in you're gonna need a new phone. Let's just say that cuts off $1,400 there. You're left with $15,000. You got 15 grand after it's all said and done. You're not having fun, you're sitting home miserable as hell. So if you're human, like we all are here, you're gonna spend about $5,000 a year in entertainment, vacation and all that. So being very conservative again, guys, after it's all said and done, you got $10,000 to invest. So let's just say after 10, you don't do anything, just to keep it simple here, 10K a year times 10 is 100K. Here's the other problem, guys. This is what a lot of people kind of forget about. We have inflation. Inflation is 2% per year, now compounded because it's compounded. You're losing about 30% of your purchasing power over 10 years. So you're left realistically after 10 years with 66, what's that? I'm not sure what that is. Was that 70 grand? Let's just keep it simple, 70 grand. You got 70 grand that you can use. After 50 years, that means you got, what's that, like 300K? 300K to use. You won't even be able to pay for your own retirement. So in my opinion, guys, this system is broken, and this is assuming that every single year you're able to pull in that income. Online business is a little bit more sporadic. So you might get 100K a year, but online businesses typically last for about 3 to 5 years from my experience. Then you have to recreate it or pivot to a new direction. So that's another factor there. So what that means, guys, is that if you really want to achieve financial freedom, what I think to be the right number, this is where things you really start making a difference here, is about $500,000 a year. 600 is sitting good, 500K a year, 600K a year is sitting good. But remember, you got to factor in the fact that your businesses aren't going to last consecutively. So you really have to change your target to above that, roughly 1 to 2 million a year, if you really want to break the mold, achieve that financial freedom. So guys, what I'm going to recommend you do here is, with my Deadbeat Super Affiliate System or Tube Tycoon, whichever way you want to go, consider start getting into these spaces where you have these high dollar buys here. So like this dog training thing, man, dog training is evergreen as can be. This has been around for freaking ever. Dog training is one of those things people spend money on. So look, guys, it's $100 a sale. They probably have a crazy funnel. They have some rebills going on. $100 a sale. That means if you're sending about $100 a sale here, you do about 10 sales a day, which is not hard to do. It's going to take you some time, obviously, but $100 a sale times 10, that's $1,000 a day. That gets you to about $3,600 a year. Do is make sure that when you go into these spaces where it's not just one thing that you can sell. So this is a dog training product, but look down here, we have brain training for dogs. There's a whole many different angles that you can attack here. So this one's $30 a sale. So this is another thing you can add into your funnel. So after you've sold everyone on this product that gets you $360K a year, you can then start pitching other things related that isn't exactly directly related to the main product that you promote. So these are like accessory products that can get you some additional income. So let's say this one, $30 a sale, you do 10 of these, that's an additional $300 a day. That's $9,000 a month, another $100K a year in additional income, so $100K. Now we're talking, guys. Now we're getting towards that $500,000 a year mark. So that's what you really need to set your mind on. 10 sales a day, regardless of the price point. Now we're talking like 20 grand a day. It's going to be a little 20 grand a sale. It's going to be a little harder. But 10 sales a day at $100 or even $500, $500 price point is really not that much more work than selling 10 sales of a $17 product. You know, getting someone to buy is essentially the same amount of effort. You might have to follow up and be a little bit better at selling stuff, but in my opinion, it's the same amount of work. You're going to be putting in the same amount of time to make this kind of money. What you're going to want to do is apply that to either my Deadbeat Super Affiliate System, which you get at deadbeatSuperAffiliate.com, or my Tube Tycoon system, which shows you how to do this on YouTube. If you want to sell these higher ticket products, that's the route that you're going to want to go. And hopefully this lawn isn't hitting too hard. So with that said, guys, that's the direction I think you should aim. Set your sights a little bit higher. The way I've seen it is that wherever your target's set is essentially where you end up hitting. So if you're aiming for 100K a year, you're going to hit that. If you're aiming for $1 million a year, you can hit that, in my opinion. All right, Deadbeats. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you're notified of all the videos that I've released. When I release them, share this video with your friends and comment below if you have any questions for me. I am happy to help. My name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate, and it's time for me to go take a nap. I will see you Deadbeats later.